Welcome to the Gigs and Rigs Show. I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
Hope you're all amazing.
Here's Joe.
There's Joe.
You all right, Joe? You okay, mate? Yeah. All right, back to sleep, Joe.
Hope you're all awesome. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's a very special day for us today because we are doing a product launch today.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We are launching our latest thing, which is called PLUS4, which is 4 remote loops that you can switch remotely. So before I bang on about it, let's roll VT. You ready? Let's go.
Ready.
One of the great things about having your effects pedals in individual effects loops in switches is the amount of control it gives you. As our pedal boards grow, we run out of loops. A few months ago, we launched PLUS2, which is our new remote effects loop switcher, giving you 2 passive effects loops. But I wanted to give you more, so we're releasing PLUS4. PLUS4 gives you 4 completely passive effects loops that can be switched remotely. And the passive thing is really important for certain sorts of pedals. PLUS4 can give you either 4 mono loops or 2 stereo loops, depending on how you configure it. And because it uses relay switching with absolutely 0 filtering, there is nothing in the signal path coloring your tone. So it's perfect for everything from vintage fuzzes to modern line level stereo effects. On the back of PLUS4, we have 2 completely independent signal paths. And if you press the link button, the output of path A joins to the input of path B, giving you 4 loops in series. You can also run PLUS4 as 2 stereo loops, perfect for switching in stereo delays and reverbs. PLUS4 can be controlled by a TRS remote switch, say from your G2 or G3, from MIDI, and also from the dedicated remote x4 footswitch, which makes it easy to integrate PLUS4 into a larger switching system. So that's the TheGigRig PLUS4, giving you a simple way to add more programmable effects loops to your rig, because more is more. Yay! So there you go, PLUS4, and I do have some news. We made it go live.
Yeah.
At like 3:30.
Yeah.
We've sold out of the first batch already.
Oh, they're gone already.
So thank you
funny.
everyone that's grabbed one. Now we do have another batch coming right behind it. Lizzie,
yes.
What date is the second batch going to be shipping from?
From the 16th.
From the 16th. So it's like only not even a week away.
No, all being well.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. So we shall crack the whip with the lovely young ladies upstairs who will be doing what they do and providing us with stuff that we can actually sell. But there you go. That is PLUS4. So what I thought we'd do today, we'll take you through some questions, how to use it, how it connects to everything. We're going to have a look at the really cool new remote x4 footswitch, which is wonderful. Yeah, all that stuff. What do we want to do first, though? Do we want to do some pedal news, or should we just crack on?
I think we crack on.
All right.
I think we crack on. I think we've lured people in with the video.
Okay, we've done.
Yeah, I think we go full hell for leather, my man.
Lizzie, who do we have in the chat today?
Oh, we've got so many people with us.
Oh, beautiful.
Hello.
Yeah. So we have Andrew Jones, Michael Gilberto, Jamie Huggett. Hey, everyone. First time able to watch live.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, well done, mate.
Thank you for bunking off work with us, Jamie.
Justin, good morning from New York City. He's at the office today, so also watching
Hey.
incognito. Greetings from the entire state of Texas.
Yeehaw.
Tom Poynton in Bristol.
All right, my babs.
Gav Thorpe.
I can't. What they sound like Leicester? I don't do a Leicester accent, Gavin. Sorry, mate.
We've got Daniel Afternoon Legends, and Tom K. Brown says, looking very snazzy today, Jake. Hope
Thank
you guys are well.
Yeah. How the heck?
I don't get any love.
Oh,
I worked really hard to look good for today.
Dan.
Okay. However, I will tell everybody, when we were discussing FAQs for the +4, did I not say to you one of the FAQs will be, how do you look that handsome holding one?
I don't need your pity FAQs.
I said that. That's what I said, isn't it, Lizzie?
I don't
Your
need
pity
them.
FAQs.
Pity FAQs. Right.
Thank you.
Loads of people in the chat.
Brilliant. BV, thank you for doing what you do. BV's in the chat and is moderating it, making sure that everyone's being lovely and playing nice.
Beaver baby.
Let's get into it. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
So this is +4. Lizzie, can you put up the pretty pic?
I did put up.
You've already put up the pretty. See, I don't. You're on it. Lizzie is so on it. So on the second camera today, I've thrown this together so that you can see. I've got +4 here. I've got these 4 pedals in the loop of +4, but I'm also controlling +4 from an Atom. So let's have a look. At the moment, I don't have my guitar is plugged into the input of +4 and then going into the output. I'm going into my Victory Mark II. What's it called?
MKX.
MKX.
It's so good.
It's amazing. It's an amazing amp. So that's all it is. Now, I have a germanium fuzz in the loop of loop 1. So when we're talking about how you can put germanium fuzzes in these loops, we've been doing the switching thing for a long time. And it's been fascinating learning how to do the switching thing properly and not to mess with things like the impedances of germanium fuzzes. And it really is quite remarkable. If I just put on that. And then volume. Volume, baby.
Get hot in here.
So it's just fabulous, right? But then in loop 4, I've got my DL4 Mark II.
Come on.
Right? So how I'm switching it at the moment, this is the remote ×4 foot switch. It is on a 7-pin DIN cable that comes out of the remote ×4 and into the MIDI input. Now, we've tested this with over 200 foot of cable and it's perfect. It's flawless. So this is a really easy way to simply have your 4 effects loops that you want to turn on and off. Happy days.
Oosh.
But the other way, there's 2 other ways to integrate +4 into your rig. The second way is MIDI. +4 is fully MIDI controllable. So it operates on PC and CC messages.
Yep.
So you can instant combinations or control each loop individually with a CC message, which is fabulous. And of course, with +4, we also have remote switches. So at the moment, I've got my remote switches connected to the Atom here. And this is what's really cool with this. is that if you've got an Atom and a +4, you can have the remote ×4 foot switch still connected, and everything just talks to each other, right? So for example, there's just the amp. There's nothing on at all. But if I turn on the Jester, see loop 2 turns on, but it also, because I activated it here with the Atom, now, what's really cool is I can have a preset. Let's say I've got a preset here, which turns on the remote switches of the Atom and turns on the loop of +4. But watch what happens. Let's just clear this off here. But you'll see that the foot switches light up on the remote ×4 foot switch. Then turn them all off. But the really cool thing is, imagine that you've got this sat behind the Atom as like a third row of foot switches.
Yeah,
right?
That's cool.
So when you press your preset, they light up. It's like, oh, I don't want the fuzz on just for now. I'm going to turn the fuzz off there.
Yeah.
Then I go to a different preset.
It's like adding a row of 4 stompboxable.
Exactly.
Yeah, really like that. That's
Isn't
cool.
that great?
That's cool.
So it's a beautiful way of expanding an Atom, but instead of going this way, you can go
back.
And anyway, I think I really, really dig that. So basically any latching remote switch, you can control the +4. So that is +4 in mono. So Lizzie, if we put up the mono signal path of the +4.
Yeah.
So on the back of +4, we have 2 completely independent signal paths. There's an in A, then 2 loops, and then an out A. Then underneath that, there's an in B, 2 loops, and then an out B. So I can control those signal paths. And the really cool thing about the out B and the out A and the in B is I can use that as an insert point. I can put a volume pedal there. I can connect my amp's preamp there. So this is a really handy thing to have. But if all I want is to add 4 mono effects to the Atom, on the front of +4 is a little button that says link A to B. And what this does is it links the output A to the input B, which gives me 4 loops in series, which is exactly what I'm doing here. So you imagine I've got all my effects in the loops of the Atom, and I've just, in a preset, I've just added 4 more effects. Then the way I've done it is I'm actually just using the audio of this, but I can have this as my main guitar input and then go into the input of the Atom. I can have this in a loop of the Atom if I want to, it all works. So that's how we do this in mono. I haven't set up StereoRig today only because, and I'll tell you what, we'll do that next week. But if we go to the stereo diagram now, Lizzie, the other button on the front of +4 is a mode switch, and that switches between being able to turn on the 4 individual loops, or it links loops 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. So if you imagine I've got my 2 independent signal paths that are in parallel, I've got my send and return on the left and send and return on the right, which would be loop 1 and loop 3, and then the same thing for the second pedal, right? Giving me 2 stereo pedals.
Yeah.
So all I do here, let me just see if I can work out which button is which. There we go. Okay, so now what you'll see is if I hit the second button here, it turns on 2 and 4 at the same time. If I hit 1, it turns on 1 and 3 at the same time. So even with the remote foot switch, I can still operate
both pairs.
Both, exactly both pairs. If I did it on the Atom, I would. There you go. Then there you go. So it's a fabulous way of if I just want to add more stereo loops, I can do it directly from the mode switch, and then I only need a single pair. So yeah, there you go. Easy, but let's go back here and I'll just find that.
Oh, my eye.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so there we go. That's how we do that. I think, what else? Do we have any questions thus far?
We do have a few.
Okay.
Can each loop be controlled independently by using only one TRS switch, or does it need two?
Because there's 4 loops, if you want to control each one independently, you'd have to use 2 TRS cables. But the good news is we have 2 TRS cable inputs in here. You can do the stereo thing with only a single TRS cable, but if you want to control the mono loops, then you need the 2 TRS cables.
Because you need the 4.
Because you need the 4 separate
controls.
things. Because you want to be able to control each thing individually, and that's and because it's latching, you need to be able to latch the tip to ground or the ring to ground, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyone else for anyone else, Lizzie?
Sorry.
That's all right.
So I was just checking.
You've done a Wordle.
Does the PLUS4 connect into the 2 remote switch TRS inputs on the G3S?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely, which is exactly what I've done here. And you can then either program them as presets, or you can
Stompbox them.
exactly. Yeah.
And this is not related to the PLUS2, but Brufio has said, late to the party, but does G3S have additional remotes?
G3S has 2 programmable remote switches, same as the Atom, which means that you can, if you're not using, the really cool thing about using the TRS remote switches, if you're not using them, it's just really easy, especially on G3 where you've got the buttons here where you can just turn them on and off.
It's as simple as adding just like the normal loops.
Exactly.
Just feels like you've got 4 more loops.
Exactly. It makes it really simple. But what you can do, you can link these units together and link all the MIDI together. You can put these all in different MIDI channels, and you can program a whole bunch more loops within using the MIDI of G3. So the MIDI is really powerful, and it'll do all the good stuff. But if you just want to add 4 more effects loops and you're not using the remote switches, it is probably the easiest way to do it.
Agreed.
Thank you.
No worries.
And Simon has said, will there be a TRS version with all in-out, as there's some pedals coming out now?
TRS version.
I assume like the Atom TRS loops.
Oh, okay.
Well, no,
I specifically didn't want to do that with this because if we had, so here's PLUS2, which is
so small.
It's so small, and it is basically PLUS4 is two PLUS2s size wise. Look at that.
Is 4 confirmed.
There you go.
You heard it here first, people.
But if we had have done a TRS version of PLUS2, the issue that you have is you have to have stereo outs anyway, right? So then do you have is it the whole thing TRS? It's like, because we did it when we did the do we have a Remotus Loopy? So we did the Remotus Loopy, which is like a stereo version of the Remote Looper 2, which does exactly that, was all TRS. But because of the amount of relays and stuff that we had to add, it just got big.
Yeah, it was.
And because it was long, right? And because I like having the send and return, and the two layers, it just made sense to do it like this, because then this is a lot smaller than the Remotus Loopy 2, but the Remotus Loopy 2 couldn't give you 4 mono loops.
No.
This can give you 4 mono loops and an insert between the 2 pairs.
I swear there was a Remotus Loopy 2 hanging around.
There was a Remotus.
I think we might have stolen it from upstairs.
Oh, you probably did.
Sorry.
Yeah, so, and one thing with the TRS, because you've got to go out from a TRS cable to 2 mono cables, like for example, on the auxiliary, we do that. We have a TRS loop, and it's cool because that sits whatever you have in the auxiliary loop before the pre-gain. But in this, it just made sense to make everything mono.
I think when you've got that many loops as well, it gets a bit, like modern MacBooks where they've removed everything. It's just USB-C, but then you need about 14 dongles to use everything. I feel like you get into that territory, right?
Yes.
Where you've got Y cables on Y cables, splitters and such. It's a bit cumbersome.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got quite a few others. If I
Go for it.
Kristen, are the modules independently MIDI controllable, i.e. via different MIDI channels if I were to buy 2 in order to add 8 loops?
You can add 16 of these together.
Because you can put them on any MIDI channel you want.
Put them on any MIDI channel you want.
Madness.
You can go...
How long have you been waiting to...
I've just grabbed it. I'm obsessed with this thing. Down, boy.
So yes, if you wanted to add 8 loops, 2 of them together, separate MIDI channels, and hit one button in G3 and everything goes, wah. Yeah.
And Sky Lunar Music, can I have 4 stereo pedals using TRS?
No. If you want 4 stereo pedals, you have to get 2 of them. So the send and return are mono. And we did that specifically because this is replacing the Remotus Loopy 2, which had 2 stereo loops. And we did that with the TRS thing, and I didn't like it.
I don't love it. Good.
Good.
There's the point before it's cumbersome.
Yeah. And when we make TRS to mono cables when we're doing the aux loop, and they're good. But the ones you buy off the shelf, and they're okay, but it's
bulky.
So much nicer when you've got your proper mono cables. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you probably, for the price of 2, the amount of frustration you save trying to make TRS to mono cables.
Even down to them as well, if they were to fail at a gig. And everybody has a mono cable, you have a spare cable you can use, whereas if you need like a TRS Y cable, whatever, they're harder to come by.
Yep.
Thank you. And Joseph has said, got here late as well, +4 can use MIDI or remote switch?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
Can use MIDI or remote switch or the remote ×4 foot switch. And the cool thing about the remote ×4 foot switch as well, just to say, there's also a MIDI input on the remote 4 foot switch. So you can send the foot switch a MIDI message, which will then go into the +4. So if you're working off a sequencer, for example, you can all just work together like a big, beautiful dream.
Control it in any way you want.
And from Tom K. Brown, did I mishear earlier? Did you say 7-pinned in MIDI connections, assuming the +4 can run on a standard 5-pin as well from the G3 if you don't have the additional foot switch?
7-pin is for this. It also takes 5 pins.
Exactly. So the 7-pin for the foot switch, it supplies power. Well, let me get this. All right. So this is on its own separate cable, and there's no power to this, you can see, but because it all still just does the do. So yeah, the 7-pin is only for the remote foot switch because it supplies power. But if you just want to run it from MIDI, just the standard 5-pin then is all you need.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And Scott McAvoy, can you configure the remote switches on Atom as Momentary to control, e.g. the hold on Red Wing?
Yes. Yes, you can. So that's just a matter of putting it in Flash Stomp. We can do it actually. So let's do it. We'll do it live. Check this out. So I'm going to turn this off in stompbox mode. I'm doing this upside down. So this is show you how easy it is.
You can dodge a wrench.
Stompbox mode, you can dodge a wrench. Normal stomp, sticky stomp, flash stomp. Boom. Back to this preset. Put this in flash stomp mode. going here. So let's turn on.
You want to be on 4, don't you? It's got nothing.
Oh, sorry, on 4. There you go.
I walk a lonely.
There you go.
So that's your question.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
1 second.
Gee, I'm glad that worked.
Yeah.
Is it planned to use the bank input on G3 for other purposes? Brackets, engage the tuner, for example. Any other thing that I didn't think of yet?
We could.
Doesn't mean we will.
No, we could. We could.
Yeah.
So
that's a cool idea. That is a cool idea.
It's a good idea. So
That's a cool idea.
what's happening at the moment? The new web editor is out with our beta testers. This has taken up all of our lives for the last few months.
I miss my wife.
Yeah, she sends her best. Yeah.
Should we unpick that?
No,
okay.
no,
good.
let's leave that.
Fine.
So that has been our focus at the moment because we know everyone's waiting for the web editor and we want to make it awesome. It is awesome. Massive thank you to Sebastian Schlappe, bass player extraordinaire and just amazing human. And of course, our software engineer, Michael.
So Michael.
And they've been working their little booties off to get this done. So once that's done, we can have a look. We can have a look at stuff like that, but it's got to have a real, like, purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can't just be, because doing the software stuff is really expensive. These are clever people and they don't do it for free. Oh, bless them. Schlapp is just helping out because he's awesome. But, you know what I mean? It's like, it is expensive to do. And so if we're going to do something like that, I mean, love to hear your other thoughts that you've got. But yeah, we can get back to doing that fun stuff.
Amen.
Beautiful.
I hate questions like this because they make me nervous. Are you thinking of a +8 in the future?
No, really not.
Phew.
If you want a +8, you buy 2 +4s. Put it this way,
4 +2.
we couldn't do a +4 for a price cheaper than 2. We couldn't do a +8 for a retail price cheaper than 2 +4s. Couldn't do it. So there's just I think the +4, like ergonomically, size wise, it's kind of like it's like a third rack.
Yeah.
That'll fit in a rack drawer beautifully. If you need more loops, just put them together. But you know, this and an Atom, I just think is such a perfect combination. Or if you're like me and you can't do without certain things, you know, I'll have this on my board and maybe even with a satellite board off to the side. So imagine this, right? I'm in the studio and I've got this board with just fuzzes on. But it's a satellite board and if I need it for certain gigs, I can have it and program it as part of the songs and the presets for that band. Another band, I don't need it. I just don't, I have my standard board. So, I think the +4 gives you enough flexibility, for things like that. The other thing is because you've got the out from path A to the in of path B, you've got an insert point there. So you've got a whole world of things that you can put in that insert point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could put your Atom in the insert point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and have 2 either side. That's a cool idea, yeah.
Exactly. So it's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. And that's what I think we need to be thinking about.
Joseph has said, do you ever get tired of having great ideas?
Yeah. They get tiring, Dan.
I make a lot of people tired. Can we say that? It's like we'll be the staff meeting and I'll go, guys, I had an idea, and the groans, the like
supportive team.
No, what's he doing now? So I don't, but everyone around me does.
Yeah.
No, we are excited deep down.
Are you, Lizzie? Be honest.
Yep, deep down. Andrea said, are you going to have a version of that 7-pin cable with a right angle at the controller end?
You can, I think you can get those
They
cables
must exist.
and you can custom make them.
Let me Google.
I'm not sure how much space you actually save.
They do agree. They do exist. Switchcraft do one.
Well, there you go. Switchcraft do them. You can have custom cables made. That'd be fun, actually.
And Simon has asked how much is it, for those who haven't looked at the website, and it is 189.
189 Great British pounds. And what is it in the US of A dollars?
In the US of A dollars, it is 249.
249. There you go.
Hell yeah.
And that is all the current questions.
Wait, what?
Hang on. But you got to, that's, if I, it's, no, it's not. Anyway, it's the Bo Diddley Shuffle thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, well. At least it's not live. Cool. Well, if anyone has any more questions, please let me know. Tell you what, how good is my Jester sounding? Listen to this. Isn't that great? It's so great.
Also, for the person who asked about do you get tired of great ideas and we're talking what it's like being in the office, this is what it's like being in the office. I'm like, Dan, I've got this person on the phone, ask you a question. You're like, how great does my Jester sound? I'm like, cool, that's just someone on the phone, Dan.
I do want to do a shout out to John Bentley because he has placed an order since being on.
Oh,
Go
thank
on,
you, John.
John.
Thank you, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be more like John, everybody else.
Yeah.
That's the take home for today.
John wins the internet today. So look, it's a really we've been working on this for such a long time. One other thing I'm just going to mention as well that the PLUS4 has is, depending on what pedal that you put in PLUS4, one thing that how do I say this nicely, other people do is that they will put filters in the audio path. And I mean, they're fairly simple things. They're just capacitors and resistors to give you what do we call it? Just like a DC blocking capacitor. So if you've got a pedal that's got a funky output on it and it's leaking a little bit of DC, sometimes those pedals, when you click them in, they pop. And it's because of that leaking DC. So some other people will put these filter capacitors on, and then we'll also put resistors to ground to give you a ground reference. And that can be really handy. I have never liked doing that. And we used to do it in the early days. And, it's okay.
It serves a purpose.
It serves a purpose, but I've never liked doing it. And so none of our stuff does that, but we can do it like in G3s and G3S and Atom S, and we've got clever ways of doing that so that there is no filtering. But on the PLUS4 and on the Quartermasters, it's like, because we're using relays. So we've in PLUS4 and the Quartermasters, there's a special pop filter that you can engage on specific loops. If you've got a pedal and a vintage pedal that's leaking loads of DC, when you hit it, you can hear a really audible bang. Now that DC, if you don't put those filters in, it can just carry through on the audio.
It's just a nasty bang.
It's just a nasty, and so we've worked out a way that we don't have to have any filtering on it, and we can still sort of ramp up.
Yeah, we basically crossfade the filter. So crossfade the loop. So when it comes down, I'm just putting down Mr. Inflatable person. Basically, there's like a fade. So instead of it coming straight in, the audio dips for a second because a slight dip is more audibly pleasing than a
bang.
Yeah.
But that, if you don't have that on, it is completely out of everything. But also, it still doesn't impact the audio path because it's a thing that sits in parallel just for a split second, and it's often imperceptible.
Yeah.
That because it's done so well. But anyway, I just wanted to say that, you know, that's the level of nerding out we did. You might think it seems so simple, and maybe it is, but to do things like that and then have all the MIDI control and all that sort of stuff, there's a lot has gone into this, and you know, just massive thanks to my team and stuff who put up with me and you know, enable us to do things like this. That's yeah, very cool. So anyway, pop filter, that's a cool thing.
Should we do some pedal news?
Oh, let's do some pedal news.
What do you reckon, Joe? Yeah, all right, mate. I'm obsessed with this, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, hang on, I haven't given it to you.
No, I've decided.
You've decided it's yours.
Yeah.
All right. So
for forgiveness, not for permission, Daniel.
First bit of pedal news. Lizzie, can we have the first bit of pedal, the thumbnail for the first bit of pedal news? There we go.
Yay.
Bit of pedal news today. The GigRig launches the PLUS4.
A company called TheGigRig has released a funky new box. Yeah,
there we go. There's that. So that's the first one.
Cool. Right, number two.
Right, number two.
Flying through these.
What have you got? What have you got for us?
So, Tone King have done a new preamp pedal called the Royalist.
Oh yes.
Have you seen
this?
this? Have you
heard
heard
seen
this?
About this? Yes.
Let's hear some riffy raff. There was Danish Pete playing some Guns N' Roses.
Led Zeppelin love it when you play their music.
Yeah,
on videos.
I thought that was brave for them to
love
fully
it.
play.
They really love it.
Not change
and,
change the riff.
That's out. I mean, there's a strike for us. Just
yeah. That'd be funny. Our video gets pulled down, but Anton's one's fine.
It will. Yeah. But that's good. So the Royalist. So I think Tone King,
the
Imperial. And now with the Royalist.
So the Imperial is sort of taken the whole Ampless thing world by storm. Mm-hmm. It seems to be really popular. So they've come out with the Royalist, which is more of a Marshally take on it, really.
Yeah.
You've had an Imperial on the show, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
You rate it?
I think it's the best of the lot of them.
Yeah.
And the reason is because they do the tremolo and reverb so well.
Yeah, right.
You know, I think a lot of those pedals, I really like the guy that makes the amps. They all make the amps. What's his name? David Friedman.
Yeah.
The Friedman ones I think sound fantastic.
Yes.
There's a few of them.
It's a similar form factor.
Also, what I would be really interested in is to understand how they've done the switching it in, like using it as a pedal, because one of the things with the original Mark II could get a bit confusing.
Yeah.
So I was with Seal when it just arrived, and we were having a play with it, and using it as a direct out to the PA and stuff, fantastic. But using it as a pedal into and going out into something else, just all got a little bit. Turn this button and stand on your head.
On 1 foot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's sonically, I think they sound fabulous.
Have you also just got Zeppelin stuck in your head now?
Well, yeah. Let's see how many Zeppelin tunes we can play.
Do you want me to sing?
Poorly,
do you want me to sing the Immigrant so I can do it if you want?
No, that'd be good.
There you go. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun,
Yeah.
dun-dun.
Well, mate, if I play that, we'll definitely get struck.
Yeah.
All right. Brilliant. Okay. So who else we got?
So we have a new offering from Earthquaker Devices.
Oh, nice.
This is the Towers stereo reverberant filter.
Oh, fabulous.
And I'd like to introduce you to the Towers stereo reverberant filter.
Yes, nice D&D theme going on there.
Yeah, your son would
My
love
son
that.
would be well proud of that.
Yeah, so it sort of does what it says on the tin, really. It's a reverb and a filter pedal.
Right.
But what I think is really cool, it's got what they call stretch foot switch that I don't know what it's doing specifically. They describe it as starving the brain of the pedal. So I guess it sort of lags the CPU of the pedal and it makes it all really glitchy, doubles the reverb time. It sort of sags it and makes it freak out a bit, which I think is a really cool idea.
I wonder what chip they're using. Okay, yeah, cool. All right.
And what that foot switch, what I think is cool as well, if you press and hold it, it's momentary. And if you click it on, it's latching. And a lot of Earthquaker pedals have that. But for something like that,
clever.
you can sort of do a weird moment, take your foot off it. Yeah, I think it sounds really cool.
Very, very
Stereo.
clever. Stereo ins and stereo outs?
Yeah, baby.
Ah, look at that.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. That is very groovy.
Isn't it? And
Yeah.
looks cool as well.
Oh, that stuff always looks cool.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
And expression
beautiful.
as well. Expression out.
Fabulous.
Sweet.
That's great.
And the third thing I've got to talk about, which is about a month old, but I don't think we covered it because there's not really a lot out at the moment because we've just had NAMM, so everybody sort of drops at NAMM. But the Ampless thing again, it's the Super Grace Laney Billy Corgan amp in a box.
Oh.
Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
Which I think
I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen this.
I think it's an important thing to talk about for someone like Billy Corgan to go, cool, I'm going to put my name to an amp in a box. Yeah, so let's hear that as well.
What's it called?
The Super Grace.
Ah.
So it's the Laney Black Country Customs thing, like the Tony Iommi stuff.
Very good. Because you know what amp he used to use? It's called the Super Group.
Oh, right, okay.
And they were a big part of the Black Sabbath thing.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very special. Yeah, I tell you what, it's interesting what the Laney guys have been doing with the heritage stuff. So they've done some lower wattage, but in that supergroup style.
Yeah.
But there's a few things they've done. Like their chorus pedal was unreal.
Oh, really?
Really good. And their treble booster
Yes, I've
was
heard the treble
magic.
booster.
And that sounds great. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, very good. Do you, okay, with the Ampless stuff like that, right? Because you guys are on Kemper.
Yeah, / Quad Cortex.
Slash
our band, yeah.
The Kemp Cortex.
Chem Cortex.
Right, the Chemtex.
Say that quickly 3 times.
Chemtex. And I guess that makes the need for those sorts of things. You don't really have it.
No.
Right. So where do you see them sitting? Someone's got just normal pedal board and it's like...
So I did a rig for a chap yesterday, and he used a deluxe.
Right.
And part of that, it was an extension kit like build, and as part of that, we put on one of the Dream 65 UA pedals.
Oh, yes,
again,
of course.
Fender Ampless.
Yep.
And the idea was, if he's playing a smaller gig that he doesn't have any stage space or can't have the stage volume, use that straight into the desk.
Okay.
So but I think you've got sort of two camps. You've either got that situation that it's a option or a backup, or you could do like I guess maybe like a wet dry thing. You could have a dry thing straight to front of desk.
Can I show one more thing though?
Sure.
That because it lives in this land.
Okay.
If you have a look at
on the
Victory power valve, the Victory Power Valve 200. Is Power Valve 200 or I think it's Power Valve 200.
Yeah.
And this for me sort of brings everything full circle.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this because of how you're looking to run your MKX as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use that instead.
Yeah. So the way I'm running my MKX is single preamp, and it's 2 power amps, and I'm very fortunate in that I've got a black Victory 30, and it looks almost exactly the same. And even though I'm just using the power stage from it, it just looks really cool. However,
yeah, this is wicked.
If we just jump onto the screen for a minute, Lizzie, but keep the mics on. So this is from Victory. This is the power valve stage, and what is really clever about this, that little switch there you see between
the VRC
VRC thing. So there's actually a valve in it. So it's a solid state power section. Excuse me, but it's got a valve that basically tickles the character of it. It's really, really clever. Sorry, excuse me. So when if you are so used to having a direct to the front thing, and you're really used to it, but you need some sound on stage, having a solution like this that goes into a cab, it's fantastic.
A few weeks ago,
boy.
A few weeks ago when we had the Earthquaker Dr. Z preamp pedal, one of the points that in the video that came out with that was talking about adding sort of life to a digital system, which again I thought was an interesting take on someone sort of marketing it in that capacity.
I do feel very old with this stuff.
You don't look it.
Mate, it's not the years, it's the miles.
Yeah.
And they've been brutal.
Potholes in this town, mate. It makes sense.
Yeah, but it's the frustrating thing for me is I get it. And especially, how much you guys play, and it's important to have that stuff. And I feel very lucky that I'll only do gigs where I can take my amps. I'm not interested because I don't have to do the gigs where I don't need to, right? But if stages are going quiet, and a lot of times there's a lot of amps that turn down really low just sound bad at low volume.
Yeah.
Right? That needs to be working. And if you had to have an amp for every different level of volume that you got to play at,
of course,
you'd end up like me with so
sore
many.
Back.
Yeah. But I've got 10 watts and 100 watts and everything in between. And when I was doing 5 nights a week and doing all the walkabout stuff, I'd have certain amps for certain gigs.
Of course.
And I just worked out which amps sounded really good at which venue.
Yeah.
But it's not appropriate for a lot of stuff. And so I do feel that it's great that there are these solutions available that, plug into the front of house, give the front of house guy something that he can work with. Fabulous.
Yeah. So we're on tour at the end of April, May. It's a support tour for 2 weeks.
How long for?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Not the whole week.
Our band is booked to be on tour, and it's a support tour. So you just want to be the easy. You're realistically setting up in front of someone else's backline. You want to be the easiest, most consistent.
Okay.
You're using
In and out.
venues front of house.
Yeah.
You know, you can rock up, plug it in. Everything's consistent. Everything sounds the same. Touch wood. It's reliable and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you are there at someone else's dime, basically.
Exactly.
And
You just want to be easy.
Yeah, right.
Our drummer's
And then-
left-handed. That's enough to wind anyone up. Sorry, Sean, if you're watching this. So
I had no idea.
you didn't.
No.
He's lefty. He's a lefty. Good job. He's handsome and very good.
Well, it's good.
He's handsome as well. Come
Okay.
on.
I'm not here to judge.
Yeah.
You know, is he handsome, Lizzie?
Very handsome.
Is it very handsome? There you go,
handsome boy.
Sean. You're a very handsome lad. And
I'm going to move
I
this
tell you
on
what,
with a
though,
question. Shall we?
He's a.
No.
We absolutely will. But I remember seeing you guys for the first time. Was like thinking to myself, far out. He's a freaking.
He's
awesome
phenomenal. Yeah, he's a
drummer.
phenomenal player.
Awesome drummer. Okay, yes. Questions.
We've just got one from the Matitude. Bit late, sorry. I guess
all right.
+4 can be controlled normally via MIDI, but if you wanted to override a MIDI preset, you could use the remote switching to punch in/punch out.
Punch it.
So let me show you.
If so, cool.
Yes. So everything works together. So you can see here, I can turn on my Jester by the remote switch, turn on the delay, but you see the lights on the remote switch correspond, and now we've added the fuzz in. And then it just all works and speaks together. Oh, that's
obsessed with
really
this.
funny.
I'm
That's really
obsessed with
funny.
this. I'm going to whip this out on a Monday morning meeting.
No, don't whip it out at a Monday morning meeting, please. This is a family show.
I'm really sorry, everybody.
This is our very professional product launch
Yeah.
video, and thank you all for joining us.
May I ask another question?
You may.
Lilybet.
Tom K. Brown, apologies if this got answered while I wasn't here.
It's all right.
When are the +4 shipping for those of us who have it on order already? So it has already shifted to the week commencing the 23rd. So not next week, the week after.
If you got in when they went live and you're on the first batch, they're shipping on Monday.
Beady boy.
Yeah,
I think they're shipping this Monday.
they are.
We've got Claire's upstairs at the moment, feverishly
Begging to go.
boxing them together,
No.
saying, no, you can't go home yet. But yes, the first batch will be shipping Monday. The second batch probably at the end of the week, or not, the 16th you said?
23rd. It's
23rd.
shifted to,
Okay,
yeah.
It's
23rd.
11th today.
And then every day thereafter. So yeah, thank you all for jumping in on this and seeing the value, and it's just really cool. And then the remote ×4 foot switches, which will be sold separately. We have a couple of other products that we're launching, which the remote ×4 foot switch work for, and then everything else that we do in future, this will be part of it, because we've worked out a really cool communication with this that makes it integrate into the rig really seamlessly. So like you imagine you've got this, on your, front of your G3 Atom or whatever, and then you start doing your presets and you can see it's almost like a programmable quartermaster that you see that happening on. And then as you add in, use this as your, adding in your shenanigans, and then, it's just fabulous.
Sleek. Elegant.
Sleek. Yep. We'll dig it. I dig it.
Yes. You can.
No, I can't get back there.
Oh no, it's leaving the set.
There you go. See? Professional.
Dave Hart, is the +4 really just 4 centimeters high? Does that mean the jacks are close together? You have to have quite small straight plugs on the input cables.
So it really is just 4 centimeters high. It's the same. it's a couple of mil taller than +2.
No.
Don't know how we did that.
It's embarrassing.
But it is narrow. It's one rack U thick.
But yeah,
that
to
is.
sort of, you'd struggle with Nutric right angle connectors, of course.
Yeah.
But
if you go to the on white image, Lizzie, I think that gives you a fairly good idea of the depth.
it's one of those things, if we made it big enough to be able to handle Nutric right angle connectors, it would have been massive.
Yeah, that's too big.
So you can use sort of straight connectors, obviously you get long and short ones, the right angled, really low profile stuff, our Eminence ones, the Evidence Audio soldered, and obviously the monorail. Dan's falling off the chair as I talk. We sort of made the decision to make it as small as possible.
Yeah. Look, footprint, whenever we've done anything too big, because we're trying to make it flexible, we get punished for it.
Right, so this is
commercially.
This is the Remote Loopy 2.
That's right. There you go.
She's an old gal, but this is basically what the +2 has replaced, and you have sort of the bigger spacing here. But in terms of pedalboard real estate for 4 loops,
and then you can see here with any straight connector, if you can hold that for us.
been my pleasure.
They fit really nicely, so it'll fit your noise straight connectors, it'll fit the square plugs, short connectors, no problem. I've thrown this together with the Evidence Audio SIS, which I really like, but I mean, it's easy. It's very easy. If you were trying to make that work with Neutrix right angle connectors, I don't even know how it'd have to be
About that
huge.
thick. Yeah.
So anyway,
Thank you.
no worries.
Just Six String Tails has said, what are you guys doing to me? I was going to get a +2, but of course I'll need to buy the new +4 and add another 2 pedals to the board.
Well,
Sorry, mate.
yeah.
And then,
So this is one question that we did get asked is, when would I buy a +2 instead of a +4? Oh, we can actually put that FAQ up on the screen, Lizzie, and pretend we're professional for a minute.
Holy moly.
So what's the difference between a +2 and a +4, and when would I use a +2 instead of a +4? The +2 is a super simple 2-loop remote switch. The only way this switches is with the TRS remote switch, okay? It still has the same audio path quality as the +4, but the +2 is really handy when those things where you just need one more loop, maybe 2 more loops, and you can just put it straight at the front of your pedal board, put your 2 loops into it, remote switch out, and then program it as part of your presets. Because of the size of it, it's so tiny, but it uses all of our audio goodness. Where real estate is tight and you only need 1 or 2 more pedals to add to your system, but you still need to program them, right? So you're still going to use a remote switch to program them. That's where the +2 is fabulous. The +4 though is when you need, obviously it gives you 4 loops instead of 2, but it also gives you the option for 2 stereo loops. It also gives you the option for MIDI control. It gives you the option for the remote ×4 footswitch control.
The insert point as well.
The insert point is really, really important. It's really cool thing that you can have just hardwired in there. Volume pedals. If you want a buffer, you can have that in there. If you want to put your preamp in there, it's a really cool thing to have. Those 2 independent signal paths. If you want that extra flexibility, then +4.
and that is the end of the show.
How are we doing for time?
It's the end.
That's it.
It's
My
the
man,
end.
It's 5
It's
o'clock.
the end.
Oh my goodness.
On the dot, the school bells rang.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody.
thank you everyone. And I was really excited about today, and it's been amazing. Sold out of the first batches. We work around the clock to try and keep everything in stock, and we will get there with these and get them in stock as soon as we possibly can.
But
the first batch of 50 have sold out. The next batch of 50 will be shipping. We're working on them now, and they'll be shipping very soon. And then away we go. We'll do everything humanly possible to keep these in stock because they're very cool. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, linesman. Thank you, ball boys. We will see you next week, and it will see you next week. Are you in next week?
I am.
Fabulous.
I am.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
We'll see you
Bye all.
soon.